Hello, I'm Lee Richardson, and I am the author of this tool. This is a demonstration of how to use the tool. When you first open the file, the Access database file, you will need to enable it so that the dialog box comes up. If you are unsure exactly what you need to enter data in any field, just click on the field name button like this, and it will pop up an instructional set of instructions just for that particular field. For instance, this is type of encounter, but you can easily do it for any of them. And then you can just return to wherever you are. To start, always start with type of encounter. So for this demonstration, we'll do a couple of initials and we'll do a couple of follow-ups as well. I'm just going to use, when you select the report year, where I've selected this one, it will select the months that are possible to enter data for automatically. And when you select a month, it will also select the days. And then the person's birth date, we'll just pick an arbitrary date. The birth date has to be less than the date of encounter. Payment source. I'll use main care for this one, and I will use a fake main care number. Has to be 8 characters and end with an A or a T. For this demonstration, I will not use a Social Security number. We'll do that next time. We will call this person Mickey Mouse. Mickey, of course, is a male, we think, and he lives in Abbott Village. There are plenty of other mice. Mickey's housing status is going to be, he's going to be literally homeless. I mean, after all, he's a mouse. Okay, ODES client. This is a new field. ODES means Office of Aging and Disability Services. And really the question you're answering is this crisis client an ODES client? Select yes or no. ODES client is defined a client that has an assigned ODES worker on the date of the crisis encounter, and it's only for initial encounters. So we'll just say yes for the heck of it for this one. And then, is this person had a psych consultation? This is also a new field, and we'll go to that. Was a psychiatric consultation requested during the encounter? All right, what is a psychiatric consultation? A psychiatric consultation is a comprehensive evaluation of sociological, biological, medical, and social causes of emotional distress done by a psychiatrist. A simple yes or no will do. I will put yes. Because I've selected yes, we need to enter, and this is also a new field, respawn time, hours to psychiatric consultation. If a psychiatric consultation was requested, how long did it take in hours for the consultation to begin? Use at least 1 hour and round off minutes to the nearest hour. And I will just show you how this works. I'll put 1 hour, 0.2, and as you see, it automatically rounds it off. Okay, who requested initial encounter? I will say that the ED did. Substance abuse counseling. Will this person benefit from in your opinion, will they benefit from substance abuse counseling? We'll put yes, just for the heck of it. Site of face-to-face encounter. I am going to put emergency department, just for the heck of it. Crisis assessment criteria. This is not new. This is the same. Mickey has a psychosis. He can't find his cheese. And the next question is, which is not new, is this person a minor, basically under 18 with a mental health diagnosis? We will just say no to that. Is this ongoing support from a former plan that was written from a former crisis encounter? Does this person have a wellness plan, crisis plan in place? And for this instance, we're going to say yes. Does Mickey have a community support worker? I'm going to say yes. And if he did, was that support worker notified? I'll say no. Service appointment in 3 days. This is new. And what we want to know is, was that person, after the crisis was over, was he connected with a service, in a community-based service, within 3 days after the face-to-face encounter? Well, obviously, if he's in extreme distress, they should be referred somewhere. And that's just referred, not gets it. Okay, I'll say, oh yes. Time in minutes. Once again, I'll put 15.7, and as you can see, it rounds it off. In hours, I'll put worked with him for 4 hours in ED. And if he's under, which he is he in state custody? We'll just say no. And crisis resolution. What was the outcome? And we'll say Mickey has a drinking problem, so he lapped up too much beer on the floor, I guess, and developed alcohol psychosis, and now he's in a detox. Okay, this is it for this entry. That's all information that we need. And you click on this button right here to save it for later export via Microsoft Excel. And you can see it tells you when it saved it. All right. So once again, this time we're going to do a follow-up. And you'll notice that this time is still here. This picked it up from down here to make sure that it's put in there right. Date of encounter. We'll put the 3rd. Date of birth. I'll just arbitrarily put in a date of birth. And this time I'll say it's private insurance. Now, you can put a Medicaid ID number in here if it's private insurance. However, you just got to format it right. If you don't format it right, it will tell you that it isn't formatted right. And I will not put it in. What I'll do instead is we'll say that this person refused to give us or give you a Social Security number. So in that instance, you are going to put 000000000 or 9 zeros. When you do that, this will activate this drop down. And so this person refused to provide us a Social Security number, and you enter the 9 zeros in here, and everybody knows what happened to this guy. And we'll call this guy Mick Dougal. Gender, it's got to be a male. Well, he was only born. We will change that to... And you will notice that because this is now an adult, that all the questions involving somebody under 18 have turned gray and they are now NA. Okay, so you don't need any of this stuff, anything grayed out. You do not need it because it is a follow-up encounter. And we'll say that, nope, he doesn't, even though he's a McDougal, he doesn't need alcohol counseling. I'm Irish, by the way. And, okay, is this ongoing support? We'll say yes, more than likely it is if it's a follow-up. Is this part of a wellness plan? Probably is, because it's a follow-up. Does he have a community support worker? We'll say yes. Support worker notified? We'll say yes. Okay, so the last thing and only thing you need to complete this, because it's a follow-up, is to enter the amount of hours that the person was worked with. And once again, you will notice that it rounds it off. Now you're ready to save this. And it tells you that it is saved. Okay, so let's say that you've entered all of your data that you need in here, and you're now ready to make a spreadsheet. Oh, no, before that, you can see your saved data. You can click on this bar down here, and there is all the data that you put in there. And you can see it. You can't edit it, but you can see it. And to get out of there, you click on that little X. And that's saved data again. I'll show you again. And to get back out, you click the X. So now, you need, let's say you have all the data in there and you have 100 entries instead of 2. Now you got to make the spreadsheet. And to do that, you simply click on that button. I'll show you how to do that again. This button right here. And it brings you to this form. You select your agency. I'll just use AMHC. The contract number will automatically be populated. And you enter the number of phone calls you had. And AMHC usually has a lot. And all you need to do now is decide how you want to do this. If you can click on this sheet here, this will create a spreadsheet and give you an option of saving it wherever you want to save it. And then it will open the FTP link for you to FTP it to the state. And you would use the same password as you've always, login and password for Crisis that you've always used. So let's try this method here. It will tell you what's going to happen. Gives you a chance to save it, which I will. I'll just save it to my desktop. You notice it's the month and the contract number, the name of the agency, and that it's a crisis. So we save that. And you wait a few seconds and it opens it up. So everybody's going to want to do that. Is the right data in there? So you're going to go take a look at it. There it is. Please do not make any changes to this data after it's in here. Delete and start over, but do not make a change to this data. Okay, just advise you what happened. And now it is going to connect to the internet. And it's going to open up the Move It thing, which should be familiar to most of you. Well, that's pretty much it. If you have any questions, you can always call me. I will work with anybody. I will come out and install it for you and work with you to make sure it's running right. So at any rate, that's all I have for you today. Thanks.